Welcome to Breaking News. I'm Miley and bring for you latest news on today. President Trump will send the presidential 747 jet to Texas this week to carry the body of former President Bush to Washington, D.C., where the 41st president will lie in state in the U.S. Capitol. Bush died Friday night at age 94. Plans are underway to celebrate his life, both in D.C. and in Texas, where he will be buried. Air Force One will be taking myself and a group of people back to Washington. It will then be reset and it will be sent to Houston to pick up the casket of President Bush, and it will be sent back to Washington. Trump told reporters in Buenos Aires on Saturday before he returned to Washington. We will be spending 3 days of mourning and 3 days celebrating a really great man's life, Trump said. Of course, to sticklers, the plane isn't really Air Force One. That designates a plane that carries the president. There's no word if a plane is Air Force One if it carries the body of a late president. Trump also announced that Wednesday will be a national day of mourning to honor Bush, a Republican whose presidency ran from January 1989 to January 1993. Bush also served in World War II and was CIA director before being elected as vice president with Ronald Reagan in 1980. Former President Bush remains will depart St. Martin's Episcopal Church, Houston, and be transported by motorcade to Union Pacific Railroad Westfield Auto Facility, Spring, Texas, according to the news release. President Bush's remains will then be transported by funeral car to College Station, Texas. It's not the first time Trump has loaned out a government plane after the death of Sen. John McCain, the Arizona Republican who battled Trump for the 2016 GOP nomination and then became a fierce critic of him. His body was brought to Washington aboard the Vice President 747, known as Air Force Two. And this story appears in Breaking News, a news from us on the latest twists and turns around Trump sending Air Force One to Bush. Subscribe and follow us along with more about Trump administration policy and the situation of election. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have the duration of today's program. See you in the next issue with more interesting news and updates. We look forward to your continued company and patronage. Thank you for watching and allow us to bid you farewell till next time.